Hello, my grade 3 students. Welcome to week 10 of our music lessons for this term. We're so close to the end of the term, and this is your last lesson where I am introducing something new. Okay, so next week we're going to be reviewing. I'm going to show you how I'd like you to do your solfege warm-ups for the final assessment and how I'd like you to perform your pieces. All right, but today we're going to work a little bit on Renaissance rock. I'm not going to teach you the whole piece because I'm going to find my sight reading challenge from this piece. I'm going to use a particular line from this piece, Renaissance rock. It's on page 25. You can tell the page number by that red, there's a red square in the corner of your pieces. Page 25, this is Renaissance rock. It's a final piece of this whole recorder book. I want you to be very attentive because my instructions, remember a very important part is following instructions. So I will ask you to to sight read a particular line from this piece. So if you're wise, you will practice this whole piece this week. You will practice the whole piece because you don't know where the line will come from for your final assessment, okay? So today we're only going to work on the first 3 lines. Your sight reading piece is not going to come from the first 3 lines. Your sight reading challenge will not come from the first 3 lines. All right, so Renaissance rock. Let's work on line 1. Remember, that dark line in the first measure is called a multi-measure rest, okay? So that means we need to count 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and then we start our piece, okay? So count with me, and then we're going to sight read with me, okay? Don't let me play alone. Use your recorder and play along with me. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that melody is not very familiar, but those were the notes. So we have an A, C, D, 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 C, D, C, G. Okay, let's play that together. I'm not slowing down because I want you to be able to sight read with me. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Okay, now let's move to line 2. And our first note is A, then G, then A, then C. Those are all minims. Ta, a, ta, a, ta, a, ta, a. Now, when you're reading your rhythms, I've noticed many of you like to do ta, a, ta, a, ta, a whenever you see a minim. And yet, that's not how we read minims. You don't play a minim like this. That's not a minim. That's even more of a quarter note than a minim. But if you're saying ta-a, then you'd play. Those are the first 4 notes of line 2. All right? So, those are 2 measures finished, and I've just played for you that rhythm. Let's move on to measure 3. It has 3, what note? Ds, 3 Ds. Then measure 4. Then whole note, Notice I'm moving my head to count those extra beats. So if you notice, measure 4 of line 2 is the exact same as measure 4 of line 1. Okay? C, D, C, G. Okay? And also measure 3 of line 2 is the exact same as measure 3 of line 1. What else do you see? Measure 2 of line 2 is the same as measure 2 of line 1. So we're just repeating. Do you notice anything about line 3 that could be the same? There's a lot of repetition. Line 3 is exactly the same as line 1 all the way till the second measure of line 2. That's all repeating. Doesn't that make it so much easier to play when we recognize all the similarities? So let's play from the beginning to the end of line 3, which is where we are ending for today's lesson. Okay? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Those are our first 3 lines of this piece. So I want you to do your best to finish this piece. This week, work on Renaissance rock, okay? This week, work on Renaissance rock because I will be choosing which line from this piece I want you to sight read. But it won't come from the first 3 lines of the piece because we've already done that in today's lesson. I'll pick a line that will show me whether you are learning to read notes for yourself, okay? Because that's what makes a good musician. Remember, us learning the recorder and learning how to read music is already making you into a musician. You don't have to play the guitar for you to be a true musician. You don't have to play the violin to be a true musician. We're already learning to be true musicians now. So make sure you work hard. It's not just for the final assessment. These are things that you will use in your life. And remember, the music we are learning now will be able to be used for anything else that you want to learn in music. Alright? It's not only for Jawabu School. So you'll be able to do many things with your music. Okay, that's all for today's lesson. I will talk to you next week. We will sing some solfege next week. And we will review whatever you need to know for your assessment. Alright, I'll talk to you then. Bye.